So for the folks that recognize either the pain or the gain to be had from this, the adoption rate's high. It's just most folks are still very siloed in their thinking, right? And the classic story I always share is I had a client where obsessing about removing a penny of cost from a pallet of their good. Completely aspirational. It makes tons of sense when you're selling hundreds of millions of pallets a year, right? But they then turned around and let the sales rep discount up to $50 off the pallet of good with no justification or rhyme or reason. And so there's this interesting disconnect from, like, you talk to a CFO, like, that penny must have been phenomenal, but you turned around and let the sales rep drop the price by $30. You need both, right? You need both. We're not saying forget the cost side, but it's time to also be thinking about the growth side. And so I think that's where candidly, I probably spend as much of my time evangelizing as anything else, right? And just helping people understand, because a lot of times they'll feel the symptoms of bad pricing, but they don't connect it to the root cause that it's a pricing issue, right? And so that's where we find a lot of folks that engage us actually candidly come to us with comments like, our customers are telling us it's taking too long to turn around quotes. Or there's a term in this space called price exceptions, which essentially, corporate will set some very loose guide rails, kind of like that example I gave. Oh, the sales rep can discount up to $30 off this pallet of goods. Well, if they need to go below that, that creates what we call the dreaded price exception, where now a deal has to pass approval of a various number of stakeholders that are typically highly compensated, tasked with driving the business, or now basically rubber stamping deals that come across their desk. And that becomes a huge organizational drag with really no better outcome, right? So those are the kind of symptoms that people have been increasingly coming to us with. What we help them do is walk that back to say, if you could have given a better price guidance from the beginning, not only will you make more money, you'll close deals faster, but you will remove a lot of that unnecessary process, right? Versus sometimes folks have the misperception of, well, we just need to speed up the review process. It's like, well, you can only speed it up when most deals are going through the review process, right?